Good morning, students. As we have started with the 9th standard science biology chapter, diversity in living organisms. So in our previous classes, we have discussed many organisms categorized as the invertebrates, protochordates, and we started with the chordates, nothing but the vertebrates. Organisms which are all having vertebral column, nothing but the backbone, are called as the vertebrates. So vertebrates are with the 5 classes. The first, as we discussed, with the Pisces, Amphibia. The third class, that is the class Reptilia. So in today's class, we will discuss about the class Reptilia. The members of the class Reptilia are called reptiles. The members of the class Reptilia are called reptiles. As you are familiar with the reptiles, take down the examples so that you will come to know. The examples like all types of snakes. It may be any type, cobra, naza, so many varieties will come. So all the varieties of a snakes comes under reptiles. It may be the turtle, tortoise, it may be the crocodile, take down. It may be the wall lizard, garden lizard, wall lizard, garden lizard, right? It may be the example of crocodile, the chameleon, or you can pronounce as chameleon, W. So that organism, all these comes under the group of reptiles, right? Okay. So let us discuss the general features of the reptiles. Where you find all these organisms? Yes, few types of the snakes, turtle, tortoise, crocodile, we get it in the water, right? But many members are terrestrial, right? Many varieties of the snakes, lizards, so these are all, we will get them on the land. So we can say these are the terrestrial organisms. Okay? Fine. The second one. If you check the body, in case of the Pisces and all we discussed, scales are present. In the Amphibia, what we discussed, these are with the mucus glands. In case of the reptiles, again we find scales on the body. Scales are present on the body. As these are the terrestrial, these are having the lungs which helps for respiration. So these, the respiration takes place with the help of the lungs. How many chambered heart these are having? 3 chambered heart. Reptiles are having 3 chambered heart. The first 2 categories we have discussed as a 2 chambered heart. Here you find the 3 chambered heart. That is what I used to tell you. This is all we have arranged based on evolutionary path. Okay. So one exceptional case is there, students. That is the crocodile. The crocodile is having the 4 chambered heart. Only the exceptional case of the reptiles, that is crocodile. Crocodile is having 4 chambered heart. Other all reptiles are with the 3 chambered heart. These are cold-blooded animals. Already we have discussed what is the meaning of cold-blooded. Cold-blooded nothing but they can change their body temperature according to the climatic changes. Right? Next one, these are oviparous. Oviparous means egg-laying animals. See students, in case of amphibia, what happens? For reproduction, for laying the eggs, they used to go back to the water. In the water, the reproduction takes place, means external fertilization, that all takes place in the water. But these are the first the reproduction takes place on the land. These are the terrestrial. So on the land they used to lay the eggs. Means that much the body is adopted, changed to adjust to the terrestrial ecosystem. They are not going back to the water to lay the eggs or to further reproduction. So that is the meaning. We can see how evolution has taken place in this. Internal fertilization. Internal fertilization. Fertilization takes place inside the body. In case of amphibia, we discussed as it is a external, but here internal fertilization. So these are the few important general characteristics of the class reptiles. So let us discuss once again, students. So these are the first vertebrates, we can say, the first vertebrates of the land. So terrestrial ecosystem, they have adjusted. But exceptional are there, few members will get it in the world also. The body is covered with the scales. With the lungs, they used to do the respiration. Three-chambered heart, cold-blooded animals, oviparous with internal fertilization. Examples like all types of the snakes, turtle, wall lizard, garden lizard, it may be the crocodile, okay, flying lizard. All these examples comes under the group of reptilia. Okay, take down the points, students.
Examples for reptiles.
Next class aves. Aves, the meaning itself is birds. Means about what we are talking, students, now? This is the class aves, means we are talking about the birds. All types of the birds. It may be the very small hummingbird, it may be the ostrich and other all birds whatever you see. It may be the pigeon, it may be the sunbird, it may be the other type. All types of birds comes under the group that is the class aves. So let us study the characteristics. The first one, where you find the birds, students? Is there any specific like only in the water? No, in all the ecosystem we find. These are the aerial one. On the land we find. So in all the habitat we find the birds. If you check the other general characteristics, the body is lightweight body. Okay, why it is lightweight body and how it has made? As it wants to fly. So lightweight body helps for the flight, and these are the aerial ecosystem, right? So these birds how the body of the birds has become so light in weight? Because the bones are hollow bones it has. So these speciality of the bones are called pneumatic bones. Bones are not like heavy how is in our body. The bones are very light in weight because they are hollow. So that type of the bones are called as the pneumatic bones, and these pneumatic bones are responsible to make the body of the birds lightweight. As you have seen the size, just now we have discussed, right from very small to huge. So all the varieties, all the ranges of the size we find in case of the birds. Okay. Next, as there are so many modifications in the body of the birds, as you find the teeth is modified into beak, that is one modification we find, and the presence of pneumatic bones. The next one, the body is covered with the feathers. The body is covered with the feathers. As you know, how many attractive colored feathers we find, that is the main attraction of the birds. So feathers are there which will protect the body of the birds. The forelimbs which are modified into wings, and wings helps for the flight. Wings for the flight. but wings are there for the flight. Okay, so forelimbs are modified into wings, and wings helps for the flight. What about the respiration? They are having the well-developed lungs. With the help of the lungs, we find the respiration in case of birds. How many chambered heart these are having? 4 chambered heart. These are having 4 chambered heart. And from here starts as the warm blooded. Till reptilia with 3 classes. Pisces, Amphibia, Reptilia. What we discussed, these are the cold blooded. Okay? Eels and Mammalia, these two are the warm blooded. What is the meaning of warm blooded? They can't change their body temperature according to the climatic changes. Okay? So that is the meaning called as the warm blooded. So 4 chambered heart, lungs are present, warm blooded, oviparous. These are the egg-laying animals. The next one, fertilization is internal. Internal fertilization. Right? Like this, in case of eels, so many modifications we find. Why we find the modification? Because these are adapted to the aerial ecosystem. You find them, they are having 2 limbs. Sometimes you find the walk, but usually these are adapted to the aerial ecosystem. That is what we find so many modifications in the body of the birds. The first one, teeth is modified into beak. Pneumatic bones are present. Forelimbs are modified into wings. Right? Like this, many characteristics, modified characteristics we find, and these are all characteristics which helps for the flight. Right? So example, hummingbird, ostrich, it may be the pigeon, it may be the sparrow, crow, white stork. So these are all the examples to the group of aves. Right, students?
Varieties of birds.
Hey students, the last class of vertebrates, that is the class Mammalia. The members of the class Mammalia are commonly called mammals. The members are called as the mammals. Why these are called as the class Mammalia? As these members are having mammary gland. As these members are having the mammary gland. What is this mammary gland? Milk secreting gland of the body. Milk secreting gland is called as the mammary gland. So these will feed milk to the young ones. So that is the speciality, because these are having a mammary gland. Because of this, the name Mammalia. Hope you are understanding. They will feed milk to their young ones, so called as the Mammalia. Examples to the group of Mammalia, like the one example you know about the man, human beings, right? It may be the tiger, it may be the rat, cat, elephant, and special examples like a bat, okay? It may be the platypus, echidna, kangaroos. So these are all the member students, these are all the examples to the group of Mammalia. So let us study the general features. The first one, the body is covered with the hair. Right? The whole body of the mammals, it is covered with the hair. Right? one. These are having well developed lungs for the respiration. How many chambers have we have, students? 4-chambered heart. Can we change our body temperature according to the climatic changes? No, you can't change, right? So we comes under warm-blooded. These are the warm-blooded. Are they oviparous or viviparous? Viviparous. What's the meaning of viviparous? Giving birth to the young ones. Giving birth to the young ones are called viviparous. Right? Internal fertilization. Internal fertilization. And is there any specific habitat only where you find? No. In all the habitats we find. One more example like a whale. Okay, why? Because they will give birth to the young ones. Although they are in the water, but they will not lay the eggs. Right? So, whale. Kangaroos, as you know the speciality, the body is having one pouch. So in the pouch, they will keep their young ones, right? Nothing but we can call it as a parental care, right? So that parental care we find in all the mammals, right? From the amphibia itself, the parental care starts. But here in the kangaroo, there is a special type, that is the presence of a pouch. Here I mentioned viviparous, students. Nothing but the mammals will give birth to the young ones. Here are two exceptional cases, platypus and echidna. These two are oviparous, but other characteristics are resembles with the mammals. So these two have characterized under the mammalia. Okay, platypus and the echidna. These are oviparous but comes under mammalia. Another, this one bat. Bat means as we see, we'll get it may be under birds, right? No, it may adjusted to the aerial ecosystem, but bat comes under because it feeds to the young ones, right? So bat comes under the group of mammalia. On the body, we find not only the presence of mammary gland, sweat glands we find, oil glands we find, sweat glands, oil glands. The special characteristic is the mammary gland. They are adjusted to all types of ecosystems, right? Lungs are present, well-developed lungs, 4-chambered heart, warm-blooded, viviparous. So these are all the special features or the characteristics of the mammals, right? Camel, horse, pig, all these examples comes under the mammals, which are all give birth to the young ones, right? So these few are the special characteristics. Platypus, echidna, egg-laying mammals. Kangaroo, pouch is there. So in the pouch there is a parental care, one special type of a character. Whale, we find it in the water, but it is a mammal. Bat, which has adjusted to the aerial ecosystem, but it comes under the mammalia, right? So these are all the group of mammals, right? So this completes the vertebrates. 5 classes we have discussed, students. Pisces, amphibia, reptilia, aves, mammalia, right? So with this it completes the lesson diversity of living organisms, right? So this completes our lesson. So take down today's home assignment, students. Write the general features of class Reptilia, Aves and Mammalia. Okay. So for invertebrates, as I told you, students, for vertebrates also you should make one chart so that you can remember and you can get all the characteristics in one. Okay. The first one, name of where you find. The next one, respiration, how many chamber heart, whether cold-blooded or warm-blooded, their reproduction, special features and examples. So if you make a chart like this, easily you can remember. And exam time, yes, till there it is visible. So exam time, if you check this chart, all the 5 classes you can cover, right? So study well, students, read the textbook, right? Next class we will begin with the new chapter. Take down the characteristics. Thank you.
Structure of platypus. Echidna